Welcome to Life in Times of Cotto. I am your host, Jay Cotto, and in today's discussion, I want to talk about luck, and I want to talk about my luck in particular. And this is just going to be a dialogue of just me talking about my luck, right? I've had tremendous amount of luck throughout the course of my life, in a degree where it's almost kind of like I'm being watched over. I've been fortunate enough in my life to have a loyal wife, a woman who stands by my side even through my inadequacies. And I'm sure I'm not the only person on earth that has this. I'm sure there's millions of wonderful women that stand by their husbands who may not always show up in the best way possible. And I'm speaking for those. I'm speaking to give attention to those that they do exist. But I've been fortunate enough in my life to have a wife who stands by me and is loyal and provides strength even when I don't have them. Not everybody has that. Not everybody gets that. I've been loyal enough. I've been lucky enough. I've been lucky enough to have a wonderful family. I've been blessed with beautiful, wonderful children. And sometimes we might take that for granted a little bit. We might be there, but we're not there. We're not present, watching and listening. And I do my best to try to make sure I listen to my children. But I've been lucky enough in life to be able to do that. I'm lucky in life enough to have, or to make a living, to be able to provide for my family and to be able to see my family and have a mind to want to be there for my family. And I know that's a conscious thing, that's a will thing. And I don't want to, and I'm not saying this to paint bad pictures or things like that, but I'm lucky enough in life to have the ability to make a conscious decision in spending time with my wife, my children, being loyal to my wife, listening to my children, being there, for my children, wanting to be a part of all their lives. I'm lucky in life enough to be consciously sound that I can make those decisions. There are those that don't. There are those that could care less. There are those that sometimes have issues that they're not able to cope. But I'm lucky in life enough to have the ability to do that. And sometimes I think we don't really take the time to notice these things. Sometimes I don't think we give the attention that it requires. And you might have these spurts here and there where you just, you kind of just stare at your kids and you stare at your spouse. And you're just like, damn, man, I'm lucky. But this is more of, take a look, like really take a look. There's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of things that are pushed in front of you and cause you to lose sight of what's in front of you. There's a lot of things out there that'll set you up to be like on this ledge. And these things are set up to push you over, right? To fall into these holes and to fall into these ideas of, you need more. And you got to really think about what you need more of. You need more of social interaction. You need more of interacting with people that care and love you. You need more of you know, presence, presence as in being there and really being part of that current moment. And there's so much out there that causes noise. There's so much out there that pushes you over that ledge, that makes you lose sight of what's really important and what you're really lucky to have in life. And, I just kind of, this might seem like a ramble, and it might be a ramble. I may not be speaking anything relevant or anything of quality, but I'm saying this because even in my last video, I kind of felt like I was in this really dark place and just kind of not really showing up for my family the way I could. I was angry a lot, I was lashing out a lot. I kind of was, having negative dialogue with myself. I was kind of having all these, I was in a state of depression. It wasn't crippling, but I was in a pretty bad state of depression, and I was unsure how I would get out of that. I was unsure of what my next move was. And it still doesn't, but it didn't feel like there was anything that I can do to change that. It didn't feel like I had enough strength or intelligence or resources to change that. And that would push me further. So what ended up happening was I kind of realized, what if it all works out? Right. And just the statement alone just kind of sparked something, just what if it does? What if I'm in this place for no reason? What if it works out in a way that you're going to look back at this and you're just going to kind of be like, well, shit, that was stupid. What if it does? And I started that kind of started a movement in my mind that kind of really uplifted me in a way that, I started to make these changes. I started to, listen to more books and, kind of having more positive dialogue. And even if it doesn't apply, I kind of just say that, what if it works out? I kind of, it turns a switch on and it works. And it made me realize that not all of us are set up to have these successes. Not all of us have millions of dollars and just have the resources to live the best lives. And, but what we're all capable of doing is we're all capable of change. We're all capable of being more present. We're all capable of giving love and affection and being available to other people that need you. We're all capable of those things. So the playing field is level when it comes to that. And, being there and just kind of sulking and just kind of falling into this little, dark, that's what it kind of felt like, in retrospect, now that I think about it, it kind of felt like this little hole, like this little dark hole that you just can't really get out of. And, it's just me kind of describing where my mind was, small little hole, and just kind of, you're stuck in there, not much movement, your brain is just kind of, and, again, in retrospect, thinking about that, it's kind of silly, right? It's kind of silly being there and just kind of silly putting yourself in those positions and thinking like that when everything around you is happening and you're not part of that, right? You're not part of that because you're in this hole, you're in your mind. Your mind is running rampant. It's feeding you all these things that aren't necessarily real, because what's real is what's happening around you and you're missing it. And that brings me back to luck, right? We're all lucky in life to have a life to experience. we're all lucky enough in life to provide an experience, not just for you, but for the people you come in contact with. And if you really position yourself into thinking that you're experiencing life, but yet you can have someone experience you in life, is wild, right? That kind of gives you that we need to be present. We need to be more present, because life is an experience and we experience it together. And each of us adds to that experience in some kind of way. Now, it's not perfect. And of course, there's negative experiences, but if you really pay attention to what I just said, if you really apply your mind to what I just said, you start to realize that we are all lucky to have life. We are all lucky to have the ability to experience life the way we've been experiencing it. And yes, some people have, I don't want to say that because it's not a nice thing to say, but some people have less than ideal lives, right? But they're experiencing life and that's their experience. And it's everyone's job collectively, if you know someone like that, to have them experience something different. Because your experience is different. Show that. Give them a different experience. Show them that life is a different experience. It's not just that one thing, And that's kind of where I was. I was stuck in this one thing and I wasn't experiencing life. And I didn't realize at that time that it was just passing me by. And I was lucky enough to have the ability to get out of it and to experience life that was happening around me. Let's just I charge everyone to really, really think about that, dig down deep and just really start thinking about, am I experiencing life and am I providing experience to everyone that I come in contact with? And what experience am I providing? Not just for them, but for yourself. Anyway, that's all I got. Do what you do it well. Do it the best way you know how. Jay Cotto, I'm out. Peace.